Hello, welcome to the Ilone Show. I'm your host, John Ilone. In this episode, no regulars, because reasons, I guess. As for our guest, he's from Perth, Western Australia. He's an academic, podcast host, and a budding futurist. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you David Monk.
Hi, Jamie. How you going?
Great.
Peter. Yeah.
So, how's life?
Oh, it's well. It's well.
Nice, nice. And is there anything you're currently working on at the moment?
Well, well, obviously my show, and for starters.
Hmm. All right then. So what inspired you to become an academic, podcast host, or budding futurist of some sort?
Well, they're all invertly linked. So take your minds back to 2020. And this kind of grew out of another podcast. So it was basically a pandemic hobby that's morphed into its own legs.
Hmm. All right then.
So I had an original show, and I just found that startup hosts, people with emerging technology, are more interesting than my run-of-the-mill marketers and people like that. So I started chatting to them. Then I saw how the spin-off, and the spin-off, which is my show now, The Friendly Futurist, has taken its life on its own.
Very good. What was life for you growing up?
Life like me growing up, quite good. I grew up in the country in Western Australia, so in a real area on a farm on 12 acres of land, and plenty of room to hit cricket balls or hit golf balls or drive motorbikes around. So it was a good upbringing. Yeah.
That's nice. What was the strangest dream you've had?
Strangest dream I've had. Oh, that's a good question. Uh, you're not going into the meanings of the dreams. It's just the. Ooh, I once had a dream that I was the world's most. I was like the world's most smartest hacker, but I had like a Robin Hood um, effect. So I hacked into all the world's ATMs, and as soon as someone took out like $100, they get $1,000.
Hmm. Intriguing. Well, have you met anyone famous?
Have I met anyone famous? Yeah. Well, in a previous life, I did work in hospitality, and I have met celebrities in various roles.
That's nice. If you were given 500 acres of land, what would you use that land for?
Restore wilderness, uh, and rewild it basically, and just so we can suck in all that carbon and all that atmosphere.
Yes.
Actually, we need. We're going. It's a paradox of the world. Man. We're going in a fast, advanced technological civilization. We also need wild spaces. We need that area where we can disconnect. We also need it for our planet's sake to suck in all that carbon. So if I have 500 acres of land, it's not going. Nothing will be done to it. It'll just be left, rewild, let nature come back. That's what I would do with it. Yeah.
Yes. That's a great idea. Where do you see yourself 20 years from now?
Ooh. Well, hopefully I would have finished my PhD by then. I would still be in academia. Probably be by then probably associate professor, a professor, and be a well-established author, keynote speaker.
Yes. Fabulous. If someone wrote a book about you, what do you think its title would be?
So, I know it's going to sound boring, but Dave.
That's all right.
Yeah.
What kind of music do you often listen to?
I've got a very eclectic taste in music. So it depends on my mood. I listen to everything from hip hop to reggae to punk to metal, but also I quite like listening to classical and jazz. Depends on my mood, depends what activity I'm doing. It's probably, I guess, is a sign of a creative mind if you've got a multiple taste of genres. So I don't really see myself as a purist in any stretch of imagination. And I appreciate for art's sake. So I appreciate what the artist is going through when he's composing the music. So I play it on the merits. But the only thing I wouldn't listen to is manufactured pop, but has to be some sort of artistic um, effort behind it.
Yeah, I'd say the same. I like listening to classical music at times and
Hmm.
many other genres as well.
Yeah, it's just thing that joys of getting older too, because I used to didn't like it, but then you know you start listening and start realize some of the pieces are actually telling a story or taking you on a journey and just need to zone out. It's beautiful, and I think we need to sometimes just need to appreciate things like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. What was the last book you read?
I'm reading one now. It's called Breaking Twitter. It's about how Elon Musk took over Twitter in 2022, and it was actually an insider story about it, how what exactly happened. Basically, I mean, I teach my students this is how you not keep a brand. It's it's basically 101 of how to destroy a brand's legacy and history in one hit, and it's yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point. What do you like most about working as a podcast host or a budding futurist or academic?
Well, they all link because I've got an innate curiosity about the world, and I'm in my early 40s, but I still got that imagination of a child. I still ask that question, why? And it's give it's just giving me a whole lease of life. If I'm curious, that means I can go out and find the answer. And also shows that also keeps you humble because you're not pretending you know everything. And it's just it's great. Just chat. You're finding out something new every day, and you still like education is still a lifelong learning process.
Absolutely. If you could travel back in time, what decade would you want to live in?
Ooh, ooh. I probably hmm. I mean, I would like to see the '80s as an adult because I saw the '80s as a kid, but I think even go back further. I mean, I probably would like to see the '70s. I missed the '70s by about 2 years, so that'd be interesting. I think it's just as turmoil as today, but I think that'd be a fascinating decade to look at. Yeah.
Yeah. If you were chosen to colonize a new habitable planet, would you take it?
Yes, and I'll tell you which planet. Well, actually, a planet you won't. It won't be Mars. Put it that way. It'll actually be a moon of, I think it's Jupiter, Europa. It's got a thick atmosphere like Earth. It's methane, so it smells like farts. Put that aside, but you can easily convert that. But yeah, I would definitely look into it.
Yes, absolutely. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Right here. I've lived overseas. I've lived in other states in Australia, but why I live? the climate's good, the lifestyle's good. Why would you live anywhere else?
Good point.
Hmm.
What is the best way to start the morning?
Just exercise. So get up. Don't get up at a ridiculous hour. Get up when the sun's coming out about six. Well, here in the summer it's about 6:30 now. Just go out, go for a walk, clear your head before breakfast, and you'll
Right.
find that once you get that movement happening, then you set yourself up for the rest of the day.
Yes, indeed. Who was the funniest person you've met?
Ooh, I cracked myself up. Uh, Actually, I've met Barry Humphries, who was the late Barry Humphries, who was the genius behind Dane Edna Everidge. I had met him when I was working in hospitality. He had some deadpan humor when we driving around the golf buggy. So I'll say he was the funniest person I ever met.
Hmm, nice. What do you disagree with most frequently?
In what way?
Like something something in today's society, something in your day-to-day life, or
Hmm.
anything around you that you may not agree with in any way.
I oh yes, this is a tricky one. I really I just really just disagree with ignorance, like people who deny that climate's changing and buy a big SUV and think that it doesn't apply to them. When in fact we need to band together and think it's a team effort. I think just that small mindedness, examples like that, I just really just irks me. It's just we need to stop thinking about me and start thinking about we. We need to really band together as a society and sort our differences out. Because right now we're just ripping each other apart. So I think if you answer the question, I know it's a bit tricky. I'm going around in circles. I think I just hate spoiled mindedness in people.
You're absolutely spot on. What should they teach in high school, but they don't?
Yeah. Uh, Critical thinking. I think they should, rather than, and I think that high school should be just redesigned. I think they should encourage creativity for starters, because high school was a byproduct of the second industrial revolution. It was designed to churn out factory workers. We don't really need factory workers anymore. So I think we need to teach more creativity, and we also need to stop testing students on their memory and really see how they can apply the knowledge across a broad range of subjects.
Yes, absolutely. It is the key.
Hmm.
If you had a song for every time you entered the room, what song would that be?
Ooh. Hmm. Good question. I might skip on that one. I'll get back to you on that one.
All right then.
Yeah.
What is your favorite quote?
My favorite quote. I don't know who said it, but simplicity is genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hmm.
What has been the most unique shop or restaurant you have been in?
Ooh, big shop or restaurant? Hmm. I might pass on that one as well. Nothing really comes to mind.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
What takes a lot of time to master, but it is definitely worth it?
Actually, content creation. People think it's easy, but consistency builds. You don't get to the highs on no, even Spotify or if it's YouTube. You can't just do it overnight. It has to build. Everyone starts from zero. You have to build it up.
Oh, yes.
So
In
yes, so content creation is my answer because it people realize it's harder than it looks, and I just yeah.
yes, absolutely. Would you rather speak all languages or talk to animals?
I rather speak all languages.
Same.
Yeah, just imagine going around the world and just pick up the local language without getting ripped off. Or get yourself out of trouble. Yeah, I think that'd be a gift.
Yeah, that'll certainly come in handy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, animals just you can talk to them, but I don't think they can really have that enough level of consciousness to talk back. They'll just because what animals will do: eat, sleep, poops, have animalistic instincts. But I think if you chat to every human, I think that's a bit more of an advantage. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. What is something popular now, but in 5 years, everyone would look back on it and be embarrassed they liked it?
Uh, Facebook.
Ah, yes, of course. Facebook.
Yeah. I
It's
think
really something.
all Web 2 social media. I think that'll just evolve into something completely different, and it will just be a warning from history.
Yes, indeed. If you could get an exotic pet, what kind of companion would you like to have?
Ooh, exotic pet. Would have to be something intelligent like a orangutan or a chimpanzee. Because you get something like a snake, it might eat you. I know there is instances of chimps going ape, pardon the pun, but at least you can have some sort of relationship that's intelligent.
Hmm, yes, indeed. Absolutely. What app can you not believe someone hasn't made yet?
Ooh, I don't quite. It's an app, but I just like the idea of some sort of tech that can detect smell. It's quite hard to do, but imagine having an app on your phone that can say, "What's that smell?" and it'll tell you instantly.
Interesting. Would you rather never age physically or never age mentally?
Ooh. So if you age physically, your mind goes, but if you age, I would rather keep my marbles with me than so you can still have a yeah. I still have I rather age mentally because who knows in the future be able to upload that into the cloud and you can live on as a hologram where
Yeah, nice. What word or saying from the past do you think needs to make a comeback?
Mark Twain once said that history does not repeat, it often rhymes. And I think we need to bring that back because we need to start thinking that, yes, times are tough, but it's a cycle. We have good times will be back. We just have to tough it out.
Absolutely. What caused you to feel nostalgic recently?
Ooh, you know what? I don't really reflect much on the past. I rather look forward to the future than look back at what was. I think this whole notion of nostalgia, I think it's just too clingy. We just need to let go and need to look forward, not look backwards. And I think that's what's the problem with this whole nostalgia of retro of the world. I mean, people say the good old days, but the good old days weren't that good. We're making more progress now in the 2020s than we ever did in the 20th century. So I think, yeah, I'm not really that nostalgic about a previous time period. Living in now, not live 20 years ago.
Okay, that's cool.
Hmm.
Have you heard of a drink called banana friche?
Can't say I have.
Fair enough. I get that a lot from a lot of people. What's your usual from your favorite fast food place or restaurant?
Ooh. I'm a, s- I'm a sucker for Korean fried chicken.
Hmm, alright then. What's something that was once important, but it is now becoming less and less relevant?
What's less relevant. Uh, I just think hard cash, way things are going. I know people putting up the signs everywhere, no, cash is king, but we as a society, we're moving more and more into digital as sort of like an evolution. So I think cash is, and I recently went traveling and I actually went in and put cash back into my FPOS card because I've realized that no one really accepts cash anymore. So yeah, cash.
Yeah, fair enough. What? How did you spend your last birthday?
It was only last week. I we went out for dinner
Hmm,
and it was very nice.
that's nice.
And Evan had a day off. So
Oh, that's great.
yeah,
Have you ever thought about living off the grid?
absolutely. I think and it can be done. I think you know live if you can live in a 100% self-sufficient block of land with a bit of solar power and recycled water and all the fruit and veggies don't have to spend. I think that'd be a great way to live.
Yeah, indeed.
Hmm.
Would you rather be really hot or really cold?
Living in Perth, I'd rather be really cold because it's February and it's a bit of a heat wave. And if you're really cold, you can rug up, but if you're really hot, you can't. So I'd rather be really cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those times are the times. What superpower do you wish you could have?
Teleportation. Think about it. So saves on airfares. If you want to go to the destination, you just go. Disappear.
Oh yeah, good point. Have have you ever been on any trips lately?
I have.
All right then. What is your favorite holiday tradition?
Ooh. As in celebration holidays or when you're on holiday go on vacation?
Either.
Ooh. Well, if it's like a celebration holiday, I do like to crack open a brand new bottle of rum.
All right then. What is your favorite life hack?
Favorite life hack is not to worry. It just, as soon as you worry, you get stressed. As soon as you stress, you look tired with it, everything like that. Just not take yourself seriously and have a see the bright side of things, see the silver lining and everything. I mean, nothing lives forever, so just live life in the moment, have a laugh. That's probably the easiest life hack to have because laughter, after all, is the best medicine.
Yes, indeed. Would you rather sleep on the wall or sleep on the ceiling?
Ooh. We have to be on the ceiling because the ceiling's flat. You can't really sleep on the wall. No one really can. We're not designed to sleep standing up. So yeah,
Hmm, very good, very good. What is the best pair of shoes you own?
I keep buying them. Converse All Stars. I think I got for about at least 2 dozen pairs over the last 20 years, but I just like them. They're comfy and they fit my feet.
Nice, nice. And that is all we have for this episode. It's great having you on, David. Talking
Thank
about your
you.
works. Yeah, you're welcome. And
Yeah.
until next time, stay tuned for more.